It's time for Cutting Edge Consciousness with Freeman Michaels and Barnet Bain. Thought-provoking discussions and bold ideas from the edge of possibility.
And we're back on Cutting Edge Consciousness. This is Barnet Bain with Freeman Michaels and our guest, Natalie Ledwell, the co-creator of Mind Movies. And we were curious. We began to talk before the break, Natalie, about how when you put together with the visuals, when you start to put together a soundtrack, it becomes the soundtrack of your life and all the also the soundtrack of your vision of what is possible for yourself. It connotes the feelings and the quality and the mood and the temperament and the environment of what matters and what people value. And how did you suddenly realize that you had that you could put these things together and capture lightning in a bottle?
You know, when Ryan first showed us his first movie that he put together, instantly looking at this movie, I knew that it was powerful. Because even though when I looked at it, it wasn't my specific goals and it wasn't my specific dreams, I could feel the emotions of wanting to achieve those goals, of being in that vibration. Because, you know, with law of attraction, we want to become a vibrational match to those things that we want to attract to us. So it was powerful just even looking at that. And so once we set up the website initially in March of 2007, and, you know, Glenn and I had 4 other businesses we were running at that time. This was just going to be a little hobby on the side, you know, but within 3 months we had that many emails coming in from people with the changes that they had experienced in their life from creating their mind movies and things that they had been able to manifest. It was like, okay, we can't ignore this anymore. We really need to sit up and take note and figure out how we can, you know, market this online, how we can get good at getting people to find our website. And so that's when we decided we moved to the US in 2008 for 6 months, put everything on the line. We left our mortgage, our businesses, everything in Australia. We're committed to launching My Movies to the world. It took us 6 months before we finally, you know, did the launch, which went successfully. But by that stage, we dug ourselves into $120,000 debt on credit cards. We owed people all this money, but thank God it was a massive success. But it got to the point where, you know, even though it was a struggle and everything was working against us, we knew that this was such a powerful tool for people that were finding it difficult to visualize, that we were so committed and had so much faith in what that we were doing. To us, failure was not an option, and that we were going to succeed no matter what.
And that's the greatest testament to the vision. I mean, this is an illustration clearly of having a vision. I want to track back to this element of story. Again, that's something Barnet and I talk a lot about, and I coach people quite a bit. And one of the questions I ask often is that the story you want to tell? And so it becomes very easy, I think, to start to recognize the stories that we don't want to perpetuate, the stories that we've sort of concocted and colluded with others on, that sort of then, you know, holds our reality in place, if you will. But then moving to a place where you determine what is the story I want to tell. That process to me is juicy. So can we talk for a minute about the elements of helping people construct a really juicy, really beautiful story for themselves? Well,
you know, I think when we talk to people in our community, I talk about, you know, when you have a specific goal, there are 4 different types of affirmations that you should be writing to describe this goal, or to, you know, to be able to get success in achieving this goal. I mean, the first type of affirmation, of course, is what is the goal? You know, I drive a red Ferrari, I weigh 120 pounds, I earn $1 million a month. So they're the specific affirmations of the specific goal. The next type of affirmation that you want to be writing is describing what life is like now you have achieved that goal. Because remember, the whole point of having a tool like this is to help you visualize and see this in your mind, so then you're tricking the subconscious into thinking that this is your reality. So, you know, when let's say that your goal is to, you know, be 120 pounds. well, then your affirmation should be describing, what it's like to go shopping for clothing, the reaction that you get from people around you, how good you feel, now that you've got all this energy, what are the things that you do, things like that. So describes that life to make it easy for you to visualize. The next type of affirmation is your action affirmations. We still need to be taking some kind of action in the direction of our goals. We have to remember, obviously, that we don't need to know the whole plan. We don't need to know how it's going to happen, but we do need to start some kind of action. So let's say that weight loss is your goal. What type of exercise are you doing? What changes to your diet are you making? What changes to your lifestyle are you making? So that when you're watching these affirmations every day, it reminds you what you're doing to move closer to your goal. And then the last type of affirmation is the affirmation of who you need to be able to achieve this goal, to be able to live this life. So again, with the weight loss situation, you're someone who has a discipline. You're someone who has energy. You're someone that that loves exercising in the mornings. So having those type of affirmations as well gives you a complete and entire picture of exactly what it means to be 120 pounds. So when you're watching this movie, morning and night, and having this, these images and this music and these affirmations going through your mind, it's reprogramming the subconscious mind that this is your new reality. And it makes it easier for you to be able to see that in your mind and to feel those emotions.
That's beautiful. What an incredible process. Thank you for that. We're going to have that on our site. Comes a point when we become familiar enough with the kinds of mechanics that you're referring to, that when we have a familiarity with that mechanics, then we move from being artisans to becoming artists of creation, of reality creation, of creating our lives as works of art. And at that point, we become increasingly able, it's almost like you get X-ray vision, and you can see in the lives, by the lives of others, you can see that they are living mind movies. So when I look at you, for instance, it is pretty clear by the fun that you're having, the joy that you and Glenn live your lives with, and the impact that your own exploration of love and growth is having on millions of people. That part of it seems to me the magic sauce here is there is a big giving spirit that as you up-level your empowerment, that you're also up-leveling the tools and the abilities of others to create the lives of their dreams. You begin to, I see that in your life, and you're now also becoming a teacher and stretching out and with your own online television channel and platform. More and more you are stepping into this other expanded vision. So I guess what I'm going for here is an understanding or some clarity, a peek into what you are visioning for yourself in the future. I already have a sense of the flavor of it just by watching your life, but what are you holding? What is the next big mind movie for Natalie Ledwell?
Oh, it's never ending. See, I think this is the motivation and the juice that really drives us, or specifically drives me behind what we do. It was honestly 4 years ago. I was sitting at a kitchen table looking at a pile of bills and thinking to myself, I seriously don't know what it is that I'm missing. And I thought I was, more advanced than most of the general population. I'd been listening to motivational material since I was 21 and taking action on it. My husband and I had so many different businesses, it wasn't funny. We did the Anthony Robbins thing, we walked the hot coals, we were positive thinkers. We thought we were doing everything right, but something was missing. We were like, I don't get it, I'm missing something. And, when we watched the movie The Secret in 2006, the penny dropped. And our life is so unrecognizable. It is so amazing that if I had to wait another 10 years, if I was struggling for another 10 years to live this life I'm living now, it would be worth the wait. And I want everyone to have this knowledge. I want everyone to be able to experience the life that they want to live and experience the joy that we experience and the fun that we experience, because it's possible for everybody. There's not one person on this planet, regardless of, where you are or, what you're doing, not to be able to experience this joy and success. So our whole existence at the moment is being able to, produce products, produce, the TV show. I'm actually writing a book at the moment. We've released a new product called My Movies Matrix. Everything that we're doing right now is to help people step through that barrier.
Yeah.
It's like there's this VIP lounge and there's that velvet rope. See the people on the other side having an amazing time, and you're like, what is the password to get in? That is what we're all about.
That's fantastic. And look, in my opinion, the idea of first claiming what you want first, what I think a lot of people do is they think they have to fix all of what Barnet and I call the trailing bits before they can get to the starting point of creating the dreams they want. And I think you're going to agree with me on this, but I'll make it as a statement that's mine. You can tell me what you think. If we become clear about what we want, a lot of the trailing bits take care of themselves. Now, that doesn't mean we won't meet with resistance. We do. But it's in a context now that makes cleaning up those trailing bits, I don't want to say easier, but at least our commitment to it is clear, because we've defined what we're going for. And I think for most folks, they get caught in they're therapized. They've been complaining about their lives for so long that they're stuck in that story. Is that how you view it? Absolutely.
You've got to focus on that end result. It's never going to be a straight line.
That's right.
It's never going to be easy. You can never have your ducks in a row. If you're waiting for your ducks to be in a row, nothing is ever going to happen. Glenn and my philosophy is that, you bite off more than you can chew, and then you just chew like hell. And
that's beautiful.
That's fantastic.
Bite off more than you can chew, and then chew
like hell.
Yeah.
I'm going to be quoting you all over the place on that. That's fantastic. But you're absolutely, absolutely right. We move forward in life not as reactors. We move as creators, and as we're
that's the offer. I mean, I think most people do the opposite.
They do,
but you're saying that's the offer.
What I've never put as fantastically as you've just put it: bite off more than you can chew, and then chew like crazy. That is really about you move forward, and at the same time you're moving forward, you're cleaning up trailing bits. But you don't stop to clean up trailing bits then move forward. You move forward.
Because the cleaning up the trailing bits is in the context of where you're going.
It's
that
the context
changes
of
everything.
Moving forward.
That's right. And then the imperative to clean them up shifts.
And to have the courage to hold the dream, the energy of that dream now sets the boundaries of what is possible. And you move for it.
That's
you
delicious.
chew like hell and clean up any trailing bits.
Look, and the trailing bits are part of the story.
That's right. That's the other piece, is integrating the trailing bits into the story, because, in fact, that becomes often our gift. I mean, it's interesting you're speaking about weight. I wrote a book about weight release. I have over 100 pounds swing in my adult life from my low weight to my high weight, and as much as I thought that was my curse, fascinatingly enough, it's become my gift.
You became a teacher out of it.
That's exactly right.
Many things, many nuggets were found in there.
That's it.
And listen, no one's relating to you if you go, yeah, I set a goal, I went about it, and I got it. No one's relating to you if you do that. I mean, when you tell your story, it's all about helping other people relate and find something in there that they can identify with, that finally they go, oh, now I can hear the message. A lot of us have been to many of the seminars and read many of the books and still hasn't really got it, but then there'll be one person that comes along and you go, oh, now the way that they're telling the story and the way that they present the lesson, now they finally get it. And that's why I think it's really important for anybody out there who's gone through a similar story or gone through a trials and tribulations to get to a point of success needs to share their story, because we want as many people as we can to come along with us.
We model it. You are modeling a success. I don't like the success story. Suddenly, it's freighted with too much of the past. You are modeling a handcrafted life.
That's beautiful.
And the life of dreamers does not look like the ordinary life. And when we have dreamers who are, there are enough of them out there modeling these extraordinary handcrafted lives, it models a set of possibilities. It makes the way so much easier. It allows people to drop their tightly held beliefs about how things are. So it's a big gift to live your life large. It's a big gift to mirror for others the possibility that they too can live their life large. And we're really grateful for you, Natalie, for being such a dreamer and such a manifester, and for having the impact that you and Glenn do in the world. And we are really grateful for that you were on today. And
Before you go, though, we want to make sure folks know exactly how to get to you because, again, this is a tremendous resource. So, Natalie, if you will, can you tell our listeners the website that they ought to be going to access your wonderful work?
Yes, if they just go to www.mindmovies.com, it'll go through to our main website. They can find out all about Mind Movies. They can access the Inspiration Show. They can actually see a fantastic show that I recorded with Barnet on that page. And they can actually download 6 free pre-made Mind Movies if they'd like from that page as well. So
beautiful.
So fabulous. Cannot wait to see you and Glenn again soon live. And I'm going to leave you with one question from our fabulous deck of cards here.
Yes, please.
Okay. Hit me.
This is a long thing, so we're not going to be able to take the answer on air, which you'll probably heave a sigh of relief. Natalie, what are the attributes of a great kiss?
Of a great kiss? Oh, that's fantastic.
The attributes of a great kiss?
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, go find Glenn and work it out, and then let us know what you discover.
Let us know.
Because we, of course, want to have you back on the show.
You and Glenn.
Yeah,
we
that'd
will
be
start
great to have
with the Great Kiss.
Yeah, we can start with the Great
We'll have
Kiss.
you
That's
in
great.
studio, and we'll pick it up from there.
That's fantastic. And with that, folks, we're going to take a quick break. When we get back, Barnett and I will be here to discuss more on this topic.
We're going to talk about Natalie.
That's what we're going to do. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.